dread hurricane season. I really do. So, and I've been dreading Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She stresses me out. I think she like scratches my mom wound. And then on top of that, she kind of makes me lose hope in humanity.
Oh, yeah. And, we were talking off live. I was all about giving this girl a second chance and everyone can change and better their lives. And over the past 3 weeks, I'm done. I'm done defending her. First strike obviously was with Nick Godaje being on the spectrum. And you guys know I'm a big autism advocate. So that, was kind of like my first red flag. And then she just keeps going and going and going. So I've changed my opinion. I have.
Well, I believed her in the beginning and I felt truly horrible for her. But the more that comes out, I mean, I don't even know, like with my background, I always kind of still believed that she was being abused by Dee Dee. And I think in the fact that Dee Dee was a grifter and she taught her that type of stuff, that was abuse. But I don't think Dee Dee was abusing her medically. I think Gypsy needed the stuff that was done to her. And it just keeps getting worse and worse. And the worse it gets, the more she just doesn't care. I don't think she cares. I don't think at this point there is anything that will drive her off of the internet. I don't think she's ever going to go away unless she goes back to prison.
One of the clips I think I put in our folder, she did an interview with ABC when she was pregnant. And she said, I will not put my child in the spotlight. I have a job, a role to play to protect my daughter. And then look at what we're seeing, like this. I know she's not showing the baby's face. And like, that's one thing. I don't even want to put this child on camera or anything, even though she's doing it. But where's that commitment you said to protect your daughter? What happened? Why all of a sudden do you feel you need to prove to random people that you don't know that you have a child? Like, what are you doing? Why are you showing these videos of you rocking her and playing Disney? Like, I'm sorry, but kids under a year-old don't care to watch movies. They don't.
It's because she gets hold on, my hip. It's because she gets 300% more views when she brings even the back of the baby onto the live. So she gets like more views, more engagement, more hearts, whatever you get over on TikTok.
I don't know. You brought that up, Amy, because it shows that you are benefiting and using your child to monetize, and you're not protecting her. I mean,
but she knows it. She doesn't care. She just doesn't care.
I really wish Christy and Rod would talk some sense into her and be like, Gypsy, keep Aurora off Facebook, off TikTok, off all of it. Like, protect her.
She's destroying their lives and they're letting them. She's putting private texts. She's letting us know that they had marital problems and that they were, separated, and Christy didn't talk to her for 3 whole weeks because heaven forbid Christy deal with her own life that Gypsy is causing. And I think they're about as stupid as she is for letting her do this at this point. And I think they're in it for the money too. I used to feel sorry for everybody, but now I feel like, I'm pissed off at the Gypverse actually. And that's why I had to step back.
At first I was like, I felt really bad for Rod being, I do feel like there had to be some type of manipulation with Dee Dee, where you weren't able to see Gypsy and be a part of her life because look, he is a part of her life now.
I don't think that's even true. There's proof out there that he did see her. In fact, that Dee Dee was keeping them in the loop. There's been texts that have been put out between Dee Dee and Christy, and Dee Dee's as nice as can be to Christy. And I don't believe any of them. I think it's all like just, I think there's a lot of evil surrounding the Gypsy Rose case, actually. I think that there's a lot of darkness, and you have to be careful not to get sucked too close to the darkness, because
well, they do talk about that down south, you know, like Bourbon Street and like, you know, voodoo and all that, you know, like all that kind of stuff. And at first I was like, oh, that's a bunch of BS, but
because there's Hollywood involved in this too, and I think there's a lot of darkness in Hollywood, and so now we got Hollywood in on it, and I just think there's a whole lot of darkness, and she's protected. She's got a lot of protection because she's making a lot of people money, and so she just, if you go right now and type into Google Gypsy Rose drama, you will not get what we're about to share tonight. You're going to get some very like fluffy pieces. Somebody is working overtime on her PR crew. They sanitize the internet so that if you go and search, if you're just a common Joe, you're not going to get what we're about to talk about. So
yeah, we've got a lot, you guys, to talk. We even went early because we're like, there's so much we can talk about this evening. That
so before we get started, before we get started, if we could start that algorithm dance party, just start warming your fingers up and dancing them right up to the hearts and thumbs up button. Today we're coming to you on both my YouTube page and Jen's YouTube page. Hi guys. And we're also coming to you over on Facebook and Twitch. So however you show us love on the platform you are watching us on, if you could just do that, helps us. You know, it's just a free way to help us out, and it's really, really appreciated. And if you want to help us a little extra, we have our Cash apps right above us. And yeah, those are ways to help two small content creators. Yeah, okay, so for whatever reason, it seems like in cases, people will lie about who they are or stretch the truth, or I don't know. And that's happened to me twice now on this channel. The first time it happened, let me get my screen all together. The first time it happened, I was pretty new to the internet. Oops, that's not the one I want. I made a whole special thing for us.
Not you, Chrissy Poo. Not today. Not this week.
No, but this is actually from, so I was covering, I'm a huge Watts content creator. The case, I had a stroke and I was in the hospital and I couldn't watch the TV, but my eyes were closed and I listened to the TV. And for whatever reason, the Watts case is like in my soul now. And so I cover a lot of it. And so I was covering the Watts case, and I like to do a lot of things on prison reform. And I was starting to have guests on the channel, and this man contacted me, and he was like, I'm doing prison reform. I'm an ex-prisoner. He showed me his rap sheet, and I'm all for second chances. And if, I'm talking about prison and what it's like in prison, and I've had other prisoners on before. I did my basic vetting, but it wasn't enough because it turns out that he scrubbed his, how can I say this on YouTube, his child grape rap sheet. He scrubbed that, and I would never, ever have a child graper on my channel. I just wouldn't. In my opinion, I believe those people are the people that should be in prison forever. I don't think they can be cured at this point. There's not a cure for them. They're probably working on it, but it crushes children's souls, and I just am so against it. Okay. So this was my first venture into having somebody on, and I was very upset about it. I came on and I cried, and it just, it crushed me. I really didn't want to have that type of person on my channel. And I thought that like I was getting better at the vetting, but I don't think I am, or I don't know. I don't know. But there is this thing that happened with a content creator named Trixie Lane. I did invite her on the show tonight. And she has, well, she didn't say she just said that the only thing she lied about was her picture.
Okay.
And that she was getting death threats. So here's the thing. I in no way want anyone to go over to anybody's channel, to anybody ever, and do death threats. We're just simply telling you what happened on my end. All I know, because I in no way want to be associated with lies. I don't want people to think that they can come on my channel and lie to me. Because here's the thing, I have a background in mental health. If you want to come on and talk to me, like if you have theories, I would probably be more than happy to talk to you about theories, conspiracies, a lot of stuff. I would be willing, not the child sex, I wouldn't be willing for that, but I would be willing to do that type of stuff. You don't have to come and lie to me about anything. You really don't. And it really hurts me. It just hurts me when I saw that. See, I started getting little like whispers that she might not be who she was right around Christmas time, because I was tagged over on TikTok. And I think it's another misconception that I talked to Trixie a lot. I didn't. I had her on the show. And then I didn't talk to her for like, let me see, December, January, February, for like 3 months. In fact, I was feeling kind of butthurt because I had her on the show and she didn't reciprocate. I didn't get invited on her show. Other content creators were getting invited onto panels on her show, but not me. But thank God, like I believe that I'm named after 2 grandmothers. I think I'm really, really protected. Things happen where I don't know why they're happening, but then later I'm like, oh, thank gosh that happened. So, I really wasn't in contact with her. I was just feeling butthurt about stuff. So, then I don't know. Then it came out. Then I was tagged over on TikTok that Trixie wasn't who she was. I contacted her and I kind of was like, hey, what's going on here? Why? I showed her what I was tagged in. I was tagged in it. Sir Morbid was tagged in it. A few other content creators were tagged in it. I think Toddy One Skip was tagged in it. And I said, what's going on? And she said, well, I forgot. I'm not going to show you our text because I am a content creator that if our private texts are our private text, I would never show a text unless there was something legal happening and I had to like bring out receipts. Right.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like, I don't know why they're doing that to me. I'm working with Toddy, and because I never spoke to her. I only have spoke to her through email or over on TikTok. And she's like, well, Toddy and I spoke on the phone and Toddy and I text. And I mean, I wasn't even like, she was just saying like, Toddy knows who I am. And Toddy was working with her. And I was like, okay, okay. I have autoimmune issues and the holidays are not a good time for me. I usually get like a flare up like 4 times a year. I had it around the holidays. I just got over one. And so I was, I was like, okay. And so then I think it's been like a month now because I was going through my next flare and I get these messages that I get messages from people saying that my channel is being talked about and that I had Trixie on and that I'm covering for her. And we had done the live on Dan Glidewell. Do you know who Dan Glidewell is? Okay. Dan Glidewell is the Gypsy Rose loves her triangles, her men triangles. And so like, now it's like Ken and Ryan and her. Well, at one time it used to be Nick Godejohn, Dan Glidewell, and her.
Oh yes. Okay, yeah. I know who Dan is now.
Glidewell was
she ran away. Yes. Okay.
Dan Glidewell was really the prize. He's really what the Ken of today. So I was really interested in talking about Dan Glidewell, and I had been going over on TikTok, kind of getting acquainted with TikTok because a lot of my people don't really like to go over to TikTok. So I go over there and I was bringing back TikToks and I was meeting content creators and I was like, yay. And so there were some content creators over there that were talking about Dan Glidewell and they sort of knew about Dan Glidewell. And I had that girl on from over on TikTok. Well, then Anxious Aunt comes out and we had all had the wrong Dan. And Gypsy had let us report that we had the wrong Dan. It wasn't even the Dan that everybody was showing wasn't even the right Dan. So then, sorry, I'm a little nervous.
No, you don't need to be. Also, I want to give you a second to just take a breath. Zawoki is in our chat right now, and he deals with this shit all the time. People being like, hey, you had this person on who said this, but it wasn't true. And I think the crazy thing for me, I see what we do on YouTube so much differently than what I did for a career. And in journalism, in the news industry, this happens, Amy. However, people don't just shut the TV off and stop saying, I'm not watching them anymore. They pick up the remote and they watch them the next day. We saw, for example, Denver 7 put on an interview of a person who said two people who said they had sex with Chris Watts, which I don't think they did, but how can you prove that? All they were doing is giving these two human beings a platform to say their story and share their story. And I feel in this situation, that's what you did. I feel like Zawoki does that sometimes, just, giving someone a platform to share what they said happened. And if they're lying to us, then shame on them.
Yeah, because I always say, I don't know. This is just all my opinion for entertainment and educational purposes only, but really it is just my opinion. And I do like to talk conspiracies. I like to talk what ifs. It kind of is how I work things out in my mind. And Trixie had contacted me and Anxious Aunt had brought out that we all had the wrong Dan, and she knew a lot about Dan. Like, she knew a lot about Dan. So I thought that tonight we would take a look. I'm going to unrelease. See, I had also gotten word that Dan was starting to sue people that had reported on him, and I didn't know if it was true. I had asked around a little bit, and some people had said, yeah, they had heard the same thing. So then I had decided to take that video and make it a members only video. And I had done that like a month before any of this like broke out on Sir Morbid's channel. I had it like as a members only because I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't I don't, if I get, I don't want to get sued, right? I don't
And
have money for a lawyer right now. So I was just doing that.
there's
And
so
so
much
I'm going
people
to
are doing.
re-release it. What?
There's so much people are doing that they really don't have the right to do on YouTube. You know what I mean? So I think playing it safe, Amy, was the best decision, that you can do, because a lot of content creators are creating content they don't have the rights to do, but they're just taking the chance of not getting sued. I'm one of those people. I play it safe. I'm not getting sued.
Well, there's a lot of lawyers out there now too, saying that, at the time I had been, I don't know if the phone reads my mind or something, but there was a lot of things coming through the TikTok and stuff saying, how people were getting sued and lawyers were warning content creators. And I don't know, I just got nervous. And so, I mean, again, stuff happens in my life where it just, things line up. And this was one of those that lined up, because I'm glad that it happened when it happened, because I want to be the one to explain what happened. And I want to look at the Trixie interview because, I did the interview. So I wanted to go over it. I'm not trying to hide anything. And tonight I'm releasing it, and you guys can look at the interview all you want. It's going to be out there. I'm not sharing any private information. I know a lot more now about her, but I'm not going to share that information because I'm just not tonight. But we're going to share the public information that was once out there. And this kind of stuff makes me super nervous. It just does. And because I don't like being lied to, and I don't like someone acting like I'm sneaky and trying to do something that I'm not, when, I mean, in all honesty, I'm pretty, I don't want to put myself down, but I can be pretty clueless. Like, I'm like the blonde. I'm the dumb blonde. I'm like in your friend group, I'm the Phoebe. I'm the one that says the crazy shit and does the crazy stuff, and just people are like, "Oh, that's Phoebe," right? That's me. I've always been that way. I can't help it. I don't. And weird shit happens to me too. I got stories for days that you wouldn't believe. Like, how could all of that happen to one person? Granted, I put myself in situations, but so we're going to look at Trixie's interview, and then we're going to move forward and talk about Gypsy Rose. And I want this off my back. I don't want Trixie Lane on my back anymore.
You don't even need to show it, but if you want to, I'm here for it, because I was not following this case the same time all of you were. So like, this is like the first time I'm seeing it unfold, but we've talked about it, and I've told you experiences in my career where like people have BS'd me, and we've gone and done stories, and then we talk to a lawyer and find out they're totally full of shit, or we could get sued for reporting it. So
I mean, I can just like, let's look at a little bit of it. I will put the links to everything we view in this live as usual down in our YouTube show notes, and you will be able to go and view it, do whatever you want with it. But just know that I'm correcting myself. I never want to put misinformation out there. It doesn't make me feel good about what happened. I don't want anyone to go and harass her. There must be something, to me, it tells me there's something mentally has happened in her life that has caused somebody to do this type of behavior.
Sure.
To me, it's very sad, and I just want nothing to do with it. So let's see what you guys are saying in chat, and then we'll go into it.
Hey, Mirabelle.
Janice says she knows what she did down deep. She knows, but she is soulless and she doesn't hold herself accountable and blames everyone else. I'm thinking you're talking about Gypsy Rose.
Yeah, they're ready, girl. They're ready to talk about Gypsy.
Yeah. Gypsy's high is finally over and she's going down, down, down. I hope, I feel so, I hope, but I am very skeptical. I don't know. Hi, Bubbles, Bubbles. I love that
I don't
name.
want her to get locked up again. I don't think, but I don't want her in the spotlight. Like, go move to Montana. And
you're a little bit bigger of a channel than I am, xoxo. You make more money than I do. I'm going to be ready and I'm just going to say whatever I want. And you know what else? I'm going to say the M word. I'm going to say whatever word I want because I'm going to be monetized through other means.
Well, I see the shit xoxo gets too. Like, we talk and he gets beat.
Yeah, he does.
We also need to do like a panel one night where we all talk about Watts, xoxo, and we need to do that. But I see people hating on him, and it's just like, it's jealousy. It really is. It's the jealousy of whether you're a content creator who's jealous that he's getting comments, views, whatever it is, or you're on the team of another content creator who doesn't, and you're not a person creating content. Like, I got so much hate for that AD video, and it wasn't even bad.
No.
That went on for like 2 weeks. Finally, they left, but my God, I didn't defend him. I just read a statement from him, and I read a statement from Frankie. But now I see what y'all are talking about with these, like, the drama, and like, xoxo's just saying, I get death threats. Like, what is wrong with you?
I don't know.
If you're giving someone death threats.
And I think it's important for content creators to stick behind each other instead of try to tear somebody down. And so I try to support content creators, and I don't like when I don't know.
And you do, Amy. Like, you and I were introduced to each other. xoxo knows I reached out to him. It's like, we help each other out. We go into each other's chats and we comment. Like, even just being there to comment and engage helps the algorithm,
Yeah.
And you don't have to donate money. You don't have to share the link of my live stream. I really love supporting each other. And I'm slowly learning that not everyone feels that way, but there are some of these small gem people like you and xoxo who have really been supportive and been like, yeah, I'm on your side. I'm cheering you on. And it's awesome to see that. And it's,
and it kind of kills my soul with the Gypsy Rose case when the content creators start going after each other, because it's like, come on, Gypsy Rose is such a tool. Why aren't we not going after her? Then
I feel that way about Chris Watts too. Like, I mean, my God.
Yes,
like,
Chris Watts is such a tool. Why aren't we going after him?
And then people are coming at each other, and like, these cases take on a life of their own, and it's scary. Yeah, honestly. Thank you, Laura, for gifting to Parawomen.
Yes, thank you so much, Laura Lynn, for gifting. And did you do 2? Or I think she did 2. Thank you, Laura Lynn. Laura Lynn is our lady in blue tonight. So if you have any questions or you need anything, just direct them towards her. Thank you for being here, Laura Lynn. I love you so much. Oh, Indigo's here. Hi, Indigo. Yeah. I'm going to email you this week because I would like to do some more with you.
Oh, I enjoyed working with her so much. I really did.
Yes, I enjoy.
If you guys don't follow xoxo, go over to his channel. He is doing all Watts content. So all of you who are on Watts Island, you're going to love his content. You probably already follow him, but if you don't, and also like we're trying to get Amy to 7K for Mother's Day by Sunday. So please go sub over there if you don't already.
Yes, I am. Like, I think this has been the slowest build to the next number that I've had. But yes, we are very close to being to 7K, and you're close to being at 5 or 6.
Yeah.
What did it, 5K.
Yeah.
So,
which is funny because I remember literally 2 months ago, I was like, help me get to 500. And like all these people in the comments are like, you know that this is a big deal, right? And I'm like, oh no, like I just got on YouTube, and started making videos a couple months ago. So, but I appreciate like everyone in the comments are so kind. And I feel like we have such a cool community of people too. Everyone who on Watts Island, a lot of people who have health issues. Zawoki and I were talking about like people with PTSD, a lot of people with chronic pain and mental health. I just feel like we're a big collab of people that kind of come together and support each other. And I love it.
I feel like somebody said they felt like it was the Shanann bashers, but I've had the shiners come after me pretty heavily. If you dare to mention that maybe the MLM was an issue, but anyway, that's another case.
Day.
Let's talk about Gypsy Rose. Let's get back to Gypsy. Oh wow, Laura Lynn, thank you.
Laura.
5 more. Okay, so now we're gonna have to talk about the Dragonfly memberships. Okay, so Laura Lynn has been gifting Dragonfly memberships, and that is the membership program that we have on Parawomenradio that's soon to become the Power Network. I'm going to talk to the Dragonflies about that first. But here, let me show you what who the Dragonflies are.
And if you're not subscribed, why are you not subscribed? I would really, really, really love to have you as a Power subscriber. If you really like my content, be sure to become a Dragonfly, and that's our membership, and it's $2.99 a month. I release all my videos early. We have special emojis over in the chat room. I kind of share things ahead of time with my Dragonflies, and I go live sometimes just for the Dragonflies. It's a way that I can support you guys and give you more content, and it's a way for you to support our channel. It's $2.99 a month, and I would love to have you.
Okay, and there is the oh wait, did that show up, the link down below?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and there is the link if you would like to join, and I will also put the link in the YouTube show notes. Thank you, Laura Lynn, for gifting those. I love you.
She's like buying shots Saturday night. This is like my old lady type of party right here. Like buying memberships, rounds of memberships.
I think Laura Lynn just gifted 7. I think she did.
Yeah, she did. 5, 6, 7. Yep.
But Laura Lynn has always been hugely supportive. She's my mod. I love her. She's just amazing. So yeah. Okay, guys. So and actually that was very nice because I was feeling a lot of like pressure talking about Trixie. And that kind of took some of that off. Yeah. So
do you want to play the video? Like, don't feel
I kind of like don't. I feel like maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just let you guys watch it because or do it again. Do you guys want to watch it with me, or do you guys want us just to move on and talk about Gypsy Rose? Because now I've explained to you what happened with Trixie. I'll talk about it more if you have any questions for me, or if you want me to say more about it. I'm not hiding anything. I'm happy to talk about it. But we do have a lot of
separate video about it if you want to. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean,
yeah. So just know that I am going
it almost gives her another platform to lie. So yeah, I don't know. It's
well,
totally
I'm going
up to you.
it'll be made at the end of this video. I will, after it's over, it's private right now, but I will put it into public rotation for you guys. Is Trixie okay? She seems to be okay. I emailed her, or I TikTok messaged her, and I asked her if she would like to come on and explain. And she said the only thing she lied about was the picture, and that she's been getting death threats. And I said, well, I'm a therapist and I'm happy I would never let anyone attack you or do well, I'm an ex-therapist, sorry, an ex-social worker. I don't want to get into that trouble with Becca Scoops when she was a nurse and people were like, oh, she's not a nurse anymore. I'm an ex-social worker. And I said, my background is in therapy and I wouldn't let anybody harm you. And she didn't reply. So, but I said, I'm going to let people know that I didn't know. I didn't know you were lying. And I truly think she's lying about more than the picture, but it's not. Okay. I mean, yeah. You can listen to her video, her interview yourself, and you decide. That's what I always let people decide. I'm not here to tell you how to think or how to feel, because I don't want anyone to tell me how to think or feel. So I'm just going to present the information, and you guys do with it what you will. But please do not attack her, because obviously there is something wrong that somebody would do something like that, right?
Yeah. The attention seeking. Oh my God, Sawoki, thank you. He sent a little Mother's Day gift. Can we, I don't know why, Amy, but I can't pin, and I wanted to pin Indigo's YouTube page because someone asked for
thank you, Zawoki. John, we'll have to pick something to do that. For our, John and I are working on creating a podcast, and maybe we can use it for some advertising or something.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Can we pin Indigo's? I put it in the.
What do you want?
Someone asked what her link was. And can you pin my comment of Indigo's link? I don't know why I'm a mod. I can time out people, but I can't pin comments. That seems really weird to me. But that's Indigo's channel, you guys. If you didn't catch it, we did a whole body language analysis on Chris Watts the other day, and she is amazing. And her other videos are also amazing. And we look forward to working again together soon, for sure.
I can't pin it, but I can show it. That's all I can do.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm gonna.
Amy, where the hell do we even start tonight?
I don't know.
Someone asked if Amber J is going to come in. We did go a little early, you guys. We were only set to start at 8:30. So if Amber J or Ryan Anderson show up, they'll probably show up around 8:30. If they do, Amber told me she was going to come hang out in the chat. We wanted her to come up on panel, but she said, no, I'm just going to watch. I said, okay, if you change your mind, here's the link.
Well, I know where I want to start tonight. So can we start where although, I mean, I've been talking about Trixie all this time, so maybe we should start where
I just feel like this week, I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like this week, like she came out of the woodwork like a freaking tornado, right? Like with just look at me everywhere. I wasn't expecting it. And now I've jumped down the damn rabbit hole when I was out of the rabbit hole, and now I'm back in again.
Oh.
Where do you want to start?
Well, I want to start on the weekend in the fact that she was out at the bars dancing on the bars, and that Nights, there's a channel called Nights Combos. It's this sweet little husband and wife. I think they call each other hubby or lovey or something. They're very sweet. And they called her probation office or wrote or something like that and asked, like, why is this being allowed? Because time and time again, like, probation is doing nothing, and she's about to be off, and really they have convinced that her parole that we're the problem. And so I want to talk about that.
Well, You know, there was rumor that she was at a strip club. Does anyone know the name of this strip club? Because I am like ready to go into investigator mode. And you know who's going to know if she was there for sure? Are the strippers. And guaranteed those strippers are online advertising somewhere. So,
well, okay. So then let's look first at straight out of context. She's talking about Gypsy Rose at the strip club, and then we'll go into the night's convo and take a peek at that, and see what the probation officer. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that Gypsy Rose probation officer thinks we're the problem? Like Gypsy Rose is the problem, or we're the problem?
I could see where the parole officer thinks that we are trying to create drama. Like, example being, you know, Christy did a reply to someone saying that CPS contacted the pediatrician, or the pediatrician contacted CPS. I do think there's people out there trying to get at her. However, when you're leaving and going out to the bar and making videos of dancing, I know they weren't dancing at a strip club, but they were dancing at a bar. It proves you're doing the things that you're doing that lead up to what you supposedly, I mean, you don't start the night out at a strip club usually, right? It's like you go do other things and then you end up there. Like, and I want to say this too, because it's Mother's Day weekend. I'm all about self-care, you guys. I'm all about taking time out for yourself, especially when you have a newborn baby. But I don't think the strip club is the right place for self-care. I'm just going to throw that out there. Like, go get a massage, Gypsy. Go have coffee with your girlfriends. Go shopping. But you're asking for it.
Well, not on parole. How many parolees go into a strip club and it's legal? Like, Gypsy Rose literally is the only parolee I've ever heard of. Like,
my husband told me to change my lighting.
I'm just like, this is the stuff that makes me depressed, though, because she just doesn't get in trouble, and I just don't even know. Straight Out of Context is actually one of my favorite creators on the Gypsy Rose case.
Barbara Ann, welcome back to my channel, Straight Out of Context.
And I think she's from Michigan.
Everybody and their mama was talking about how Gypsy Rose Blanchard was at a strip club with her friends, and a lot of people are speculating and wanting to find out, is this true, is this not true? But I do know that this is where it came from. This person here posted that seeing Gypsy Rose at a random strip club on Bourbon Street at 2 a.m. was not on my 2025 bingo card. Is it true? Is it not true? I don't know. I can't speculate because I wasn't there, but I like to think that generally people are good and decent human beings, and they don't come to the internet to say, hey, that I saw Gypsy Rose Blanchard at a strip club, and they're just lying about it. I would like to give people the benefit of a doubt. I mean, hey, for over 10 years, we all gave Gypsy the benefit of a doubt. Her family, her friends, her associates, her exes, her current boyfriend. And when you're known for making all of these alter egos and cosplay, and that's what you've been known for over 2.5 decades of your life, I think putting on a wig is not really going incognito.
I mean, that wig was something else. When I saw somebody say that she looked like what are those things that hang out at the truck stops? A lounge rat, a lounge lizard, or something like that. I couldn't unsee it. Lizard? Yes, I couldn't unsee it.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Like Leisure Suit Larry, the lounge lizard is a game.
But no, I think they were like meaning to say like those hookers that hang out like at the truck stops and the lounges, because she looked like, I don't know.
Now, that
it was not a good look.
Of her with Bree and the other friend, that is not a lot lizard. That's what Zoe
lot lizard. That was
lizard. Bingo.
Thank you.
That was not at the strip club, but I want to know the name of the strip club because I'm ready to investigate. I'm ready to deep dive, and I want to reach out to the strippers and be like, was she in there? Because those are the legit people. Is that the name of the strip club?
It just says a random strip club on Bourbon Street at 2 a.m.
Oh,
and this looks like this, I think, was a sports bar. This was a sports bar they were at.
That's a sports bar, yeah. The person who posted this, they said they saw her or they heard she was there. I got to reach out to this person.
Yeah, you have to ask because I only know what it says on here, and it says seeing Gypsy Rose at a random strip club.
So I'm looking this person up because I'm like, I want to know.
So those that don't know, Jen has a background in news. She has some autoimmunes as I do, and so she is an ex-news reporter. I'm an ex-social worker, but she is very good at reaching out to people.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I gotta know the name of the strip club because you know that those girls have websites, they have Instagram, they have, pages, they have the adult. What are those, some of those websites? Fans only.
Only fans. Yeah.
I would think that those ladies would have, if she went, she would have got the VIP treatment and there would have been pictures taken. And okay, so this photo here, is that at the strip club?
This is, I think, when they're out on Bourbon Street. And
I didn't know
I saw something else too. I saw another, I don't have it, but I did see something, another TikToker saying that they saw her in that blue wig in the strip club. So that's how they knew, like, they're like, that's her. So. But I don't have
my husband. Are there strip clubs on Bourbon? He worked in Louisiana too as a photojournalist for a while. I didn't know there were strip clubs down on Bourbon Street. I just thought it was all bars.
What?
I didn't know there were strip clubs in Bourbon Street.
I guess I didn't know either, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean, I've been out. I've been to New Orleans, but it was before the hurricane, so it's been a long time.
Yeah, I haven't been.
So
Olga's here. Hi, Olga.
Gypsy's parole. So this night's combo decided to call the parole, and so let's take a quick look at that.
So you want me to take my shit down, right?
In this, where's the accent? Why is she doing this? Like,
start from scratch because I love it so much. I always said I was going to be the person to not make fun of people.
It's been 3 months since I texted you, and you're spiraling out of control. So just remember, just because dirties you have on me, I have on you, honey.
And I can see her at this jazz fest, and all her friends are doing all this, and so she's just picking up all these movements. She is a person who mimics people. She's a mimicker. She mimics other people's. She's trying to be Mia. If you notice, like the way she poses and does her videos now, and now she's like doing this shit with her, like
yeah. So she made this video for Ryan. So this is this one came before the breakdown, right?
This was the one where this is the one before the apology, before the fake apology. Like, you made me do this.
Last weekend was the festival, right? Like Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, this all happened last weekend.
Okay. And then the apology was during the week. I'm trying to get my timeline in order because so much.
Yeah, the apology came out during the week, and the festival was on the weekend. So this was her saying that, she'll punch back 10 times harder. And then after this, she came out with the sweat rag, the life of the sweat rag. And then the apology came out.
Okay, let's start it from scratch.
You punch at me, I punch back 10 times harder. Go see a therapist.
Okay, who is this? What character is this? And it borderline seems inappropriate, or is it just me? So if you missed the beginning of the crash out spiral, follow this comment, it'll take you right there. It's not going to be good because look at how she acts on supervision. GRB has no regard for authority, rules, and has zero boundaries. No. It won't be good at all.
Can we play it one more time?
Who is that character, Hub?
I just want to like digest it again.
I'm
And
sorry,
then,
what?
I want to address the mental health thing like immediately.
Well, no, we're going into the night's convo now, and they're going to talk about how they spoke to the parole officer, and that was just part of their video. And then we're going to go into we're going to go into the stuff you sent me.
Okay.
Who is it?
WWGB.
What is that? WWGB. What do you
Whiny
mean?
wannabe ghetto baby.
Okay, so we often will skip forward and move around. So we're going to move forward. This couple goes in and starts talking about how they talked to the parole board and the parole, and this is what they said.
Bring what Gypsy just done to Ryan over this weekend, and that this will be a little bit of a longer video and all of that. So I got caught up in that and forgot to say welcome to Night Combos. So welcome and welcome to our new subscribers as well. Thank y'all so much. Then it says at the bottom, without proper authorization, a covered entity like a doctor or hospital cannot disclose a patient's PHI to anyone other.
I think she's still talking about the fact that Gypsy Rose exposed that Ryan Anderson is on methadone, which everybody assumed that the methadone has the method. Did you? Okay, everyone. Everyone. Okay, let me just say it. Everyone thinks that the methadone has to do with substance abuse, but a methadone can also have to do with pain management. I have a lot of pain issues. I've had a brain bleed. I've had pulmonary embolism. I've had a back surgery. I have some autoimmune issues, and I've been on prolonged pain management. I'm not right now my pain management is more medical marijuana and microdosing, but in the past I have experimented with other pain stuff, and methadone was one of them. And what I understand with methadone is if you are on for pain, they will put you on a much lower dose of methadone. They put you on much higher dose of methadone if you are in substance abuse, that type of management. So we don't know why Ryan is on methadone, but I will say this. Ryan, it has been reported that he did have stomach surgery and that he also has joint issues. He's a larger man and he has joint problems, and he could very likely have pain issues, but methadone has a huge stigma to it. So I can understand why he wouldn't want that out there. And I think you have had some experience with methadone as well, right?
Yeah. I want to share this too. I think in this video, what this creator may be getting at is the HIPAA violation is between a practitioner and a patient. Mm-hmm. And technically, no, Ryan was not violating HIPAA laws. If his doctor made a video about that, yes, he would be violating HIPAA laws. But I just want to get to the beef of this because all weekend it has really been bothering me. Amy and I share an autoimmune disease called multiple sclerosis, and it comes with pain. I have been in pain for 6 years, chronic pain in my back, my legs, and I've had to take medicine for that. Do I want to? No. And then I got diagnosed with breast cancer and I went through chemotherapy, and I had a lot of pain with that as well from the neuropathy. Now I had already been on medicine. Then the pain got worse. And unfortunately, your body gets immune to things and you have to switch medicines up sometimes. And they did present methadone to me. And you know what? I was scared because of the name sounds scary. Yeah. And we see these stories in the news about methadone abuse, fentanyl abuse, and it scares the shit out of you. And then I tried it, and it did nothing for me, and it was okay. And I went back to the other medicine I was on, but I just want to say, like, this bothered me on a really deep level, you guys, because whatever Ryan is going through, whether it's chronic pain or some type of health issues, that's none of our business. Shaming him for taking methadone is messed up, Gypsy. Did he ask to get sick? No. Did I ask to get cancer? F no. So to shame someone for taking medication to help themselves is, I can't. Like, I'm getting angry even talking about it. I'm trying to, like, chill myself out. Amy, you know, I've just been really upset about this for the past couple days. To shame and to claim you love someone and care about them so deeply, to throw that out there in the public. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And then to make fun of him in that other video and say, you need a therapist. What's wrong with a therapist, Gypsy? Maybe you should try one. Like, there's nothing wrong with mental health. We need to make this normal, that it's okay to say, I need help. I mean, you know, we look at the Chris Watts case. Imagine if Chris Watts said, I need some mental health. Hello, help me. Like, the fact that she did the video, I feel like she's making fun of him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and Conspiracy says, you know, she's been on it since 2017. She's an amputee. People really do take it for pain, and it's pretty ironic. Like you said, you were afraid to take it, and I was too. And I've been on the fentanyl patch. I've been on the patch. I was less afraid of the patch than I was methadone. Methadone is like a scary drug because there's a huge stigma on it, I think.
And because of shit like this that she's doing, throwing it out there like it's a big deal. No joke, Amy.
Especially if you're a professional.
Yeah, my pain doctor called me and we had a conversation about it. And I said, I am terrified. I am so scared of this because of what I've heard about it. And he's like, it's not as bad as you think. You know, like it's when people create a stigma about something, then you're ashamed of it. You know, and I eventually did try it. It didn't work for me, but methadone is used not just for drug addiction. And she was trying to throw it out there like, oh, he's addicted to drugs, blah, 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 blah. No.
But even if he was using it for addiction, at least he's doing something to be a productive person in life so that his addiction doesn't take him down. So either way, Ryan's a winner.
Right. And I just like, what is wrong with you? You know, that like, have you not hurt the guy enough? You walked out on him and had a child with someone else. Have you not done enough to him? Do you not think he lays in bed at night and like gets upset and gets emotional? Yeah, he does. You left him with this dog that every time he looks at the dog, he's reminded of you. Even though he loves that dog. Like, do you not think that it's not hard for him and you're making fun of him to get a therapist? I think you need a therapist. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, I worry Gypsy Rose getting a therapist because I say like when Gypsy Rose gets educated on stuff, she uses it against people. She takes it and you can tell when she's using her therapy because she says things like there's no perfect victim. So a therapist told her that because a therapist told me that because when you're a victim, when you're truly a victim and you do things during that state and you're not proud of it, you feel bad about it. But you know, you wouldn't have normally done something like that if you weren't being victimized, right? But Gypsy Rose was never being victimized. So
didn't she say also when she was early on in prison, she never took the free therapy they offered her?
No, she did. She
Like,
said that they didn't offer it.
why
She said it
wouldn't
wasn't
you?
offered.
Oh, are you too good for therapy? You're too good for therapy. Then that makes me feel. Then
She was
that
too
makes me feel like
busy
you
hanging
weren't
out with the
actually.
chomos and all that stuff in prison. I mean, just so much has come out with her that I don't know. I've lost kind of faith in humanity.
Well, and then, you know, she's airing her dirty laundry out about getting couples therapy with Ken. And even though now I've become a skeptic that relationship's even real, there's nothing wrong with
coming out. It's been
there's
coming out.
nothing wrong with going to therapy. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with seeing a pain doctor or seeing a doctor because you have pain issues.
Well, they went to therapy, but they did it for the show. So, I mean, I'm sure they're not going to therapy still.
I mean,
here is a little clip of the I saved a few things over on TikTok. Justice Voice is one of my favorite people over on TikTok, and she makes a good point with this one.
I never aimed to hurt you. Would be happier somewhere else. Ryan called me. He's like, guess what I found out today? I said, what? You've been talking about since late February. And it came back positive. I never aimed to hurt you. Said Gypsy Rose Blanchard says she didn't enjoy Henderson despite once saying that he is fire.
So that night, I have a lot of emotions going on. I know the divorce is final. I know, you know, all this. And I see the magazine article and people talking about it. And in the magazine article, she is burying me. Like saying, it's not good with me. Ken fills all those voids that Ryan couldn't. How I wasn't physically attractive. All this BS.
It was never about hurting you.
And she said those things to hurt me. It's another betrayal. It's another to hell with Ryan.
I never aimed to hurt you. Hey, dude, we're getting a divorce. You're not the father. Very kindly accept it and move on. I consider him one of the public. I never aimed to hurt you. And you're spiraling out of control. So just remember, just as much dirt as you have on me, I have on you, honey. You punch at me, I punch back 10 times harder.
So
yeah, she felt the need to post this morning or late last night that the baby's last name is no longer Anderson. She's a Euchre. You're not trying to hurt him. You're still trying to hurt him after the apology.
I think I gotta.
Yeah, that one's in the folder. While you're looking for that one, she keeps posting videos like she wants us to think she's at peace and everything's cool. Like, I'm by the water and this was an hour ago. I'm by the water having just a good old time. I'm sure you are glued to your screen waiting to see what Ryan has to say about your apology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aurora's last name.
You're not trying to hurt Ryan, but you felt the need to publicly tell us this.
You still think it's a fake baby?
I don't think it's a fake baby.
That's the thing. I mean, everyone's allowed to think what they think. I don't think it's a fake baby, but I never thought it was a fake baby. I think maybe it wasn't born on the date that they gave us, but I don't really care. I don't really like to talk about the baby too much because
I don't either.
I don't think people should.
Yeah, that child doesn't have a choice to be making a decision to be in the public spotlight. So that should be part of her parole, honestly, is no baby in the spotlight. I know.
Yeah,
they
I'm
can't
not
make
even
part
against
of it.
that. No baby should have been part of her parole. Like, I'm not even against like I mean, I don't think she should have ever reproduced. As soon as I found out that she was pregnant, I said, "Oh my gosh, don't let it be a baby girl," because the FOIA hadn't come out yet. I had been hurt. But all along I had been hearing things about what she said she would let Nick do to their baby girl, and I was like, "Oh, please don't let it be a girl." And then it was a girl, and I was like, "Ugh."
Ugh. I have a question for you and for our chat. Do you guys think there's any chance that Ken and Gypsy planned all of this drama to happen before she was released because they knew they were going to do a reality show and they wanted season after season after season?
What? Say that again?
Do you think there's any chance that Ken and Gypsy are in on this together and she knows that Ken is literally not interested in her, but they just did this to create a reality show and create drama?
Oh yeah. And it's come out this weekend, and this is all rumored, alleged, that Ken has his own substance issue, and that Gypsy has known all along that he is bi or gay at the very least. I mean, or gay or bi at the very least, I should say.
Which there's no problem with being gay or bi, do your thing. But yeah. I wonder, did the two of them conspire, hey, I'm going to have a reality show and we need to make it crazy so that we can get signed on for 2-3 years to get our paycheck? And I don't give a shit about Ryan. And they threw Ryan under the bus and made him look like a fool to get the money.
Well, definitely Ken, but Gypsy Rose is all up in Ken's panties for sure. She is wrapped in his panties so tight that she doesn't want out. She likes her new triangle, and
I wouldn't put it past the two of them though, like dueling up and having a child together.
Ken's in it for the money, but yeah. I think that Ken met her. She was in prison, boring to have a girlfriend in prison. So he went away, and she got Ryan, and then she got out, and he's like, oh, look at all the money she's getting. And so he came back. And I think that Ken is bisexual or gay. I don't know which one. I don't care. But I do think that there's that. He sets off every gaydar bell in me. Yeah,
I get those vibes too. I mean, he could very well be playing her, but tricking her into thinking they're doing it as a team, for the show to continue. Like, what some people don't get about these Lifetime shows and these TLC shows, you got to keep the drama going to get more seasons. And if that drama is not already started, you're probably not getting another season because they have stacks of shows lined up, that people are pitching. So they have to plot the drama sometimes ahead of time. And I wouldn't put it past him to have.
Oh, Jeff, I haven't seen you in a while. I was worried about you. It's so good to see you, Jeff. I did your show the other day. Sorry.
Who's this?
Sizzle 74. I interviewed him. He's actually an ex-inmate that I brought on the show. Very truthful.
Does he have a YouTube?
Does he have a YouTube? I don't know. But he's been one of our supporters.
In the chat, let me know so I can go follow you and subscribe, you guys. I love to connect with other people.
Yes.
I wonder if Amber J did join us this evening or not.
I don't know. I don't know what her name would be.
Who's James? Heartless James. Hartley James. He said that he has been watching you for a while and he was watching. And
Who?
he was over on TikTok. He was someone who subbed for you and then saw my post and was like, oh, I love Parawomenradio. I was like, come hang with us tonight.
I don't know.
He's
I'm really bad with names. So my the stroke that I had, I was already bad with words and names, but it totally takes names from me and words. Sucks. I've had to go back into therapy. Yeah, I've had to go into speech therapy a few times because of that, because I forget. It gets really bad when I get stressed out.
Yeah, I almost went into some speech therapy after chemo because the whole side of my face was numb. But eventually it got better. But actually, when I first started YouTube back in January or February, if you go watch some of my old videos, I talk weird because it was hard to like enunciate, and people would say such mean shit to me, and it whatever, you know. It's not like I'm going to reply back to every comment and be like, screw you, asshole. Like, I went through chemo, but I got to the point where I had to pin it, you know, in the comment section. Like, if you have an issue with the way I speak, go away. Like, I'm doing my best.
I was in speech therapy when I first started YouTube too. I've had to go back a few times. But yeah, I mean, I'll struggle and suffer, and I just it makes me feel good to make others feel good. Like I don't do I realize that I get something out of helping others. And it makes me feel horrible. Yeah, and it makes me feel horrible when I make others feel horrible. So I'm not out here to hurt anybody or cause anybody any stress or drama or anything like that. I like to talk about true crime, and this actually talking about true crime and doing the YouTube and all of that has helped my healing tremendously. Like my audience has helped me tremendously. Just the connection, allowing me to build a connection with people has just helped me tremendously.
Oh yeah. Like I get excited when I see our regular subs come in here, like Mirabelle and Olga and Dawn and Zawoki. Like, you know, just it's like the regulars, and it's kind of like, hey, how are you doing? You know, when you know
Cloud is over here too. Pink Cloud is from TikTok. Pink Cloud? Pink Cloud 9. Is that who you said? I thought you said Jim something.
No,
I know Pink Cloud 9. Yeah.
Their name is they have an inappropriate picture, so I can't show it. Hartley James.
I over on Facebook, I have different audiences on different platforms. Over on Facebook, because I was really into acting, directing. I used to direct plays on I've directed Dracula. I've directed Dial M, not M for Murder. I've been in plays. I've been in some movies. I was really into horror movies. So I've interviewed a lot of horror directors. And so over on Facebook, it's a totally different crowd. It's like a lot of men are over there that are into horror and scary stuff and paranormal. And then over on Facebook, I've got a lot of my boomers, my Gen X's, my millennial women. So it's like it's very interesting to me, the crowds that I have on each.
I'm not cool on TikTok. And I'm not trying to be like, honestly, I don't think anyone wants like a 40-year-old up there anyway. So like, I'm on there for my crafting, you know, like sell my stuff. But other than that, like, I'm not trying to be cool on there or anything. I don't know what's hip, and they're all doing these cool dances, and I'm not trying to keep up. Okay, I think Cloud 9 is who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who Pink Cloud 9 is.
So that's who I'm thinking.
I thought you were saying James for some reason. Yeah, no, Pink Cloud 9 is super cool.
I mean, the name on TikTok says that.
Oh.
Plug my phone in.
Okay, so Gerald, I think that for a lot of people, they are interested in true crime because they want to know how they would react in that situation. So Guys, be sure to give this live a thumbs up. Helps us go out into the algorithm. We're coming to you today on 2 YouTube channel, on the Power Network, on Crafted Evidence, and we're also over on Facebook and Twitch. So 4 channels today. So is this the new Gypsy Rose video that you were saying?
No. Okay, I do want to watch this one though, because I was on a panel last night and they disagreed with me on this, but I think this is a promo. And I think the companies are doing a new way of doing promos. They're not just sending you free stuff anymore. They're giving you like gift cards to go buy it so that you can show the receipt and make it look like you spent your own money on it when you didn't. Because watch the way she talks about this product and drops the name of it and how it works. And this to me is a promo. Could she be faking it? Sure. But now she's going into like motherbird mode where, you know, it went from like aggressive video to Ryan, breakdown video to Ryan, to now we're going to see all these motherly videos. And here's one of them.
Okay.
I'm going to show you guys what I got. First of all, I'm not wearing any makeup, so forgive me. It's just a regular day, but I'm just making a video. So I went to Target and I was looking around in the baby aisle and I came across something that I had been wanting for a very long time, but I kept saying like, no, I don't need it. Like I've already got something similar, so don't buy it. I cracked and I bought it. So this is the Even Flow Shift Dual Ride. It is a stroller car seat combo. And I've been wanting this for a very long time. It is a little pricey. Actually, it's very pricey. So as you can see, it is not cheap. But I broke down and I was like, you know what? I think it'll pay off in the end for travel purposes and like going places. And like a lot of times, like I don't want to like drive in the city. I'm not used to driving in the city yet. So I wanted to do an updated video from the video that I made a while back that I did like a product review of a bunch of different baby items. Well, one of them, the items that I reviewed was a pillow from Baby Bliss. It's the Dream Nest pillow. So the first month, I guess, that I had the pillow, I felt like it was great and it was perfect for her.
Sorry, did you say to stop it?
Yeah, I can't even listen to this shit because it's like, it's all product pushing, you know?
Well, what she's doing is she's trying to get a company to pick up her video so that she can get some kind of affiliate. Yeah, that's what she's trying to do.
But I will say this too. Bad publicity is good publicity sometimes. So a lot of people are saying, even in our comment section, why would someone pair with her? Because they're talking about her right now. We're doing it right now. So that stroller, which I didn't show the stroller. I cropped it out for a reason because we're not promoting it. I mean, unless they want to reach out to us, then they can.
We will.
Yeah, little plug there. But even bad publicity gets your name out there. So I can see why they are pairing with her if they are. But I've seen this tactic used where they send you a gift card or they send you like something so it looks like you can show the receipt. Like I paid for it with my own money.
They are cracking down on this kind of stuff, not disclosing ads. So I don't know. I mean, she does strike me as someone that would like try to get around something like that. But I don't know if the stroller company would. So,
well, you know, I agree with you though, Amy. She is probably trying to, you know, get a promotion, and maybe she has had some. I'm sure the place that hosted the baby shower did it for free. We know that she got her cookies done for free. And I get it as a small business. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you right now. I think I may have reached out to Gypsy Rose to make a nursery sign.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before, I mean, I don't know for sure, you guys, but I wouldn't doubt if I did, because
Who was it that you told me you
I've
did
done-
their shower?
Oh, Lindsay Lohan. I did her baby show. I did.
Yeah,
love
that was interesting that you did
I
Lindsay's.
did.
Did
like,
Lindsay
little
have a
flag
baby? I didn't even know did she have a baby? Lindsay
thing
Lohan?
with her family. Yeah.
Did
She
Lindsay
did,
Lohan
yeah.
have a
And
baby?
some asshole wrote.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did. And how I knew her is through my news background. Reached out to her mother, and her mom threw her a small shower. And I said, you know, I'm doing laser decor now. I said, you know, if you need anything. And she's like, absolutely. So we teamed together, and I designed some stuff, and I sent it to her. So that was really fun to be a part of that. And I ended up on ET. Like, my stuff ended up on ET, which was cool. Not like me or anything. But that was like really cool. And I wouldn't doubt if I go look in Gypsy's comment section, which I tried to go today to look, I would have wrote it in her baby announcement. But she turned comments off. So I can't go back and look. But I mean, there's been a lot of people I've reached out to, you know, out there who have a platform, and I'm like, hey, if you need something, reach out to me. I do engraving. But I see, you know, these small businesses down there in Louisiana reaching out to her, because even shitty publicity gets your name out there.
Well, I feel bad though. Some of them, it's gotten them into real trouble because then the people who don't like Gypsy come after them. So,
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but Gyp, if you reach out to me for a nursery sign, I'm not doing it. Yeah, you lost me about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You had
Get,
me,
girl. We're not doing anything for you. You just get. So, did you send me the new Gypsy? Because I actually blocked Gypsy Rose over on TikTok. I don't want to go to her.
I dropped in the Google Drive folder. This was funny to me.
Where is it? I don't see it. Which one is it?
It is called Gypsy the Artist. So Gypsy is working on a painting for the nursery, which I thought was like kind of funny, because I'm like, you craft. like I'm the only one who can craft, you know.
Ooh, she's not allowed to craft. I craft.
I'm a crafter.
Okay, let her to craft.
Artist Gypsy. Yes, this is it.
Okay, so I suggest everyone just block Gypsy Rose over on TikTok and over on Instagram, so that you don't accidentally go to her page and give her any money. That's why I do it. There's enough content creators out there that you can get it from other people, but I think everybody needs to do what they need to do. But
oh Lord, Janice said, okay, I think she's talking about what this is going to be, and if let's play it, and then we can pin Janice's. I wish I could pin. Damn it!
Is that?
Yes. Keep that up there, and then let's watch.
So I am making a painting for Aurora's nursery, and I just started working on it. I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish this, but I have always loved painting, and it's been a long time since I painted anything. So this is my first painting out in the free world. I'm excited.
Wait, I gotta stop this. Not another. This is her first painting out in the free world, and we're gonna see like creators with her doing 10 paintings probably. Ugh.
Okay, what would you use in prison, do you think, to paint? Coffee?
What?
When you're not in the free world, what can you use to paint with? Coffee, and like, what could you use, do you think, in prison to paint? Because Jodi Arias does, like, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, Jodi Arias is a very talented artist. But she uses real paint.
I know. You can.
So how do you get that in there? You can have paint in jail and in prison.
Yeah, I'm sure. And there's ways to make paints and watercolors.
I
and
didn't know that.
I mean, they even make makeup with Jolly Ranchers. So yeah, makeup. They could use makeup, but I'm sure you can buy pencils and stuff.
Well, you
like
make
that.
tattoos too, but what are they using to do tattoos?
They
They're like
make
melting down combs. I know.
They
for
do these
tattoos.
little machines, and then they do the ink.
We need to do like a prison live where we talk about like what they do in there, like all the tricks.
I'm sure Cowboy RC could tell us.
I have a couple of ideas of how I want to do this. I don't want to give away what
Thing. I'm sure Jeff's in here. He could tell us.
and it's gonna be, but I want you guys to leave comments in the comment section what you think this portrait is gonna be, this art piece is gonna be. I'll give you guys a hint. It is meaningful and it involves family. So leave me a comment of what you think the drawing is going to be. So I am making a painting and it's been a long.
I'm horrified.
All the comments are positive too.
Oh, they are. Oh, of course they are. Yeah. Mother's Day is tomorrow. Why am I this early? That chest is gorgeous. Where is it from? Christy got it from Walmart, but I thought they were talking about all the comments
are positive. So clearly, I think she hires social media managers to go through all day.
She does, for sure.
Yeah. But I like Janice's comment. I hope it's not a DD portrait.
I love your cabinet. The color is so pretty. The first picture of you, Ken, and Aurora together as a family after her. I cannot understand people that support her. Lisa McDonald, what is wrong with you? Sorry.
I can't believe you can have paint in prison.
You're still on that.
I'm like shocked right now. I would be painting all day long. Like, wow. I mean, I think that's great. I do think that art is a form of therapy. But I did not know. It says that you can pretty much have like anything. Obviously, we all know you can't bring weapons in and drugs and certain types of food, but they're saying like you can ship canvases, brushes, paint, markers. I am like floored by this. That's like living the life.
They want us to look at a video of Gypsy singing to the baby.
Oh,
the arm of the baby is stiff, shiny, and very different color than normal, and it's never moved. I didn't
want to show the baby.
That's why I think it's a doll.
I know what they're saying, but I just like I just for the sake of if it is a real baby, which I personally think, I respect everyone's opinions, whether you think it's fake or not. I don't know, Amy. I don't feel good about putting the baby out there.
You told me in the beginning you didn't want to show the baby, so we won't.
I mean, if you want to, it's you're running the board. It's totally up to you. But you guys, I just kind of feel bad, like that this baby doesn't have a choice in saying I don't want to be on social media, and she is flinging the baby into the spotlight when she said she wouldn't.
Well, I have some other things that I saved. I was over on TikTok and I thought this was interesting. This Gypsy Rose's girlfriend from prison. I know that it had been said that she had girlfriends in prison.
She said she did in her book.
Yeah, so I thought maybe this would be interesting to look at because I hadn't heard of. I've seen friends that have come out that are friends with her, but no girlfriends.
Yeah, she said she would like use women.
She said what?
She would use her book. Did you read her book by any chance?
No.
Okay. No. I listened to the audio of it, the whole thing. And there are things that she said she wrote this book so that her daughter could learn from her life and what happened. And
That's actually a good point there. I never thought that if she doesn't have full custody, that maybe they are swapping it out for a doll, because maybe that's because she said she didn't want to show Aurora, and like in her sick little mind, that's how she's getting around it. I don't know, but that's a good point. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, that is. I don't know. Like everything I've seen, it looks like a real baby to me. Like especially like the hair being messed up and stuff. But what was I saying? Shit, lost my train of thought. Guys, what was I saying?
Saying the
book. Okay,
the book. Yeah.
There are some apps out there you can get like a free trial and listen to like one audiobook per trial. So I downloaded the trial and I listened to her book. And she said that she wrote this book so that she can tell her daughter the story of her life one day. Where she goes into kind of some detail that I would not be telling my daughter about things I did in prison with other women. Your kids don't need to know your sex life. It's okay to have the talk about sex and have these healthy conversations about sex and sexuality, but we don't need to know your business, Gypsy.
Well, didn't she dedicate the book to her daughter or something? It's just like crazy.
You don't need a chapter about deep, intimate details of what you did in prison with people.
No. So here is supposedly one of the girlfriends.
There's one thing I know about the comment section is we're about to get to the bottom of this. Who is this woman? And what was her relationship with Miss Gypsy Rose? Now, the only thing I see that they have in common, well, I'll let you guys figure this out. But what we do know about Gypsy Rose, she dropped a little couple hints in her book. Well, it wasn't a hint. She just came out and said that she was chowing on carpet while she was in there. As far as information I can give you on this, Gypsy Rose is an addict. That's something that we don't always talk about. Gypsy Rose was an addict before prison, while she was in prison. And this is all for awareness purposes, of course. Now, just because she got out of prison, we don't know what she's on. I won't even get into that. But I will show you and tell you that she is showing the actions of somebody who is an addict. Well, what do addicts do? They are constantly after the pleasure center in their brain, okay? Especially when you get off of rugs and all that stuff. She fills those voids with other things like men, relationships, and other things. So that's what I see here. And while she was incarcerated,
I think Gypsy Rose, because of her microdeletion, hypersexuality is a component to that. So I believe Gypsy Rose is hypersexual because of the problems that she was born with, her birth defects.
He brought up an interesting point that I forgot about. She said that she used drugs to cope with everything she went through with her mother. So why are you bashing Ryan if he had the same type of issues where like maybe because of his weight gain he started using medication? I mean, I think that legit, and I do not know Ryan's business, but I'm pretty sure he probably has chronic pain issues. And that's why if he used methadone, that's why he did. But I don't know. I'm not but that's my guess. But as someone who admitted they took the anxiety medication because her mother put her through so much trauma, how dare you make fun of someone else? And yeah, like he brought up, she self-medicated before, during, and after.
Yep.
Someone asked, where is Amber J? She has not commented if she's in here, but she did message me and said she would be hanging out in the chat. She told me she's not coming on the panel. I tried to poke her to come on the panel and she said, I'm just going to watch. So Amber J, if you're in here, give us a shout out.
Yeah, she doesn't consider that people remember, and I don't think she cares anymore. It's been proven time and time again that she can't be canceled. She doesn't care. She doesn't care, you guys. And I don't believe she's going to be canceled because she just does whatever. And that's why I get frustrated with the Gypsy case.
I get frustrated that there's a child involved now. And maybe that's just because I'm a mama bear now. You know, like, good Lord, woman, go buy a house in the country and take care of your baby. I'm sorry, but Lifetime is not for you. Putting your shit out there is not for you. If all you wanted so badly was a family, there you go. Go do it. You don't need us.
She has big dad issues.
She's addicted to money making now.
Oh, she tries to pretend like she doesn't care about money. Like she could wash her ass with money, but she cares about money a lot.
Yeah. And when I was looking at some of the crime scene photos earlier this week, when I was doing my research, there was some damn hoarding going up in that house. So
there was some what?
Hoarding. Like
hoarding. Oh yeah.
Dee Dee,
oh, yeah.
You know, like was. I think that she probably constantly. A lot of people who have parents that pass away and things take on hoarding addictions to mentally cope with losing a parent. Or whatever it may be, losing something in your life. It could be anything.
Yeah, it could be.
And I think that now Gypsy has kind of taken that on in a new realm of like, I just have to have more stuff, because you're trying to fill a void, a hole.
Shopping. She's constantly shopping.
And I'm guilty of it, girl. I buy so much craft shit.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, oh, it's on sale. I gotta get it. I'm doing better at it and I'm recognizing it, but it does make you feel good when you get a deal, you know? So I can see where she might be getting this like mental rush.
She did donate. She did donate to, she made sure to let us know that she donated, and she donated $4,000 to Habitat for Humanity while she was married with Ryan, and didn't tell him that she did that. She called him Mr. Moneybags or something like that. And it's like, well, you're married. You're supposed to, if you give a $4,000 donation, you should tell your husband that. You really should.
Yeah. Well, I also feel you have an obligation.
You don't have to ask, but you should tell.
Yeah. Have a conversation about it.
Yes.
She has an obligation that she said she wants to be an advocate. You should be doing more than. You should be like, I mean, I don't know. Now you're a mom, whatever, you got to do what you got to do. But instead of focusing on a reality show, why aren't you focusing on starting like a fundraiser? And I have a great example of like the Gabby Petito Foundation with Gabby. Like they took a tragedy and just did amazing things.
Yeah.
And I love watching what that family has done with something horrible that's happened. And I mean, that's what, like, I'm hoping, you know, like if my channel got big, I want to do fundraising and do things like that. Like you said, Amy, it feels good to help people. You kind of like get a high from it.
I do. It makes me feel good when other people feel good. And seeing relief on somebody's face, or just knowing that you're able to bring some relief.
Yeah. I feel disappointed that I expected her to do more. And this is your time to shine and do more, you know. Oh, okay. I want to do that, Amy.
So. Yeah, she wants tonight. Okay. So she's Wendy says, I'm so completely disgusted by GRB, and every time she talks, she makes my blood boil. I feel the same way, Wendy. The baby voice, she just doesn't match with her evil soul. Ugh. There's evil in this case, you guys. And so I always tell you guys, if you are going to consume this case, please go and watch puppy videos, kitten videos, elephant videos, baby videos, whatever brings you some kind of peace and joy. Get out there, touch some grass, love your family, whatever. Just replace all this darkness with some light.
Yeah. And hopefully Amy and I have been talking about